Knowing Suzy, she's bound to have found herself a beach somewhere, wherever she is. Sun, sea, sand, she will find it. But I'm not jealous, because I've got a pool, in fact, all to myself. But as you can hear, we're not here to swim. We've got one of the world's best circuits behind us, Portimao, a track spec BMW S1000RR lined up for us, and a session that starts in about 15 minutes. And that is when the holiday really starts. Almost first crash of the day there. Just got back from my first session on the S1000RR, and to be honest, the first thing that came to me was I completely forgot how tiring it is to go around Portimao. This is like a roller coaster circuit, and it's just knackering. You're either on the brakes or you're on the throttle the whole time. You're never sort of relaxing mid-corner, and there's only one proper straight on this circuit, so there's just no time to catch your breath. It is so tiring. So I'm just trying to like recalibrate my brain at the moment, but being out on the S1000RR, it's one of the best bikes that you can do for something like this, just because you're out here for 2 days. It's a really comfortable sports bike. It's probably one of the best all-round sports bikes that you can buy. It's looking good so far. Right, so I've had a few sessions under my belt now. I like to think, sort of know where I'm going around this track now. But we've got Michael Laverty on hand, so it'd be silly to not get his advice. So he's going to follow me around now. And one of the things that I really want to work on, because this circuit is so heavy in the braking zones, is setting up for that corner under braking, because it's so easy to just knock yourself out if you don't get yourself set up on the bike early for that corner. So we're going to go out with him now. He's no doubt going to make me look disgustingly slow, but whatever, that's what we're here for, a bit of learning. And yeah, he should be back in 5 minutes, then we're good to go. I've had Michael following me around. You've been in front of me, you've been behind me. How do I do?
Pretty good for your first day here. It's a tough track, but you've got some of the bits already dialed down. A few little issues were kind of traps that a lot of people fall into. But yeah, it's almost like you're rushing the turns. So you get in there, you drop it on the side quite good, but then once you get there, you're just a little bit too impatient with the throttle. So you pick up the throttle. You struggle to finish the corner, then you're running out on the side of the tyre, which you're asking for trouble whenever you're accelerating on the side of the tyre and you're running out of road. So a little bit of patience with picking up the throttle will help you finish the corner, pick the bike up, you're on the fat part of the tyre, you'll get better acceleration.
Make it sound so easy. Well, look, let me have a sleep on it,
yeah.
and then we'll meet again tomorrow, and you
sure.
can see if I'm at all faster. And there's transponders on the bike, so there's almost no lying, so
yeah.
we're going to have a look at the lap times and see if it makes any difference.
Definitely.
So I can judge your tuition.
Yeah.
So this is the bike that we've been using for the last couple of days, and it's actually the first BMW that we've been on all year. This is the new model S1000RR, and it's kind of worth having a look at it because we've done loads of changes to this bike this year. And on top of that, this is the Sport Edition model. So over the basic bike, you get heated grips, you get an LED indicator package. Most importantly though, you get electronic suspension. You get Gear Shift Assist Pro from BMW, which is effectively a quick shifter that works on both upshifts and also downshift. But also the chassis geometry of the bike is completely different. There's also more power, more torque. There's 199 horsepower. Two other great things about this bike. Number one is the exhaust. So they've changed it from last year. It's a slightly bigger unit, but it sounds incredible. It pops, it bangs, it sounds like an aftermarket system that's been fitted straight from the factory. The other thing is the size. This is like a 600. It's absolutely tiny. Thirdly, I said two things, but there's another one, is how easy it is to bang in a consistent lap time on this. 2 minutes 10, 2 minutes 10, 2 minutes 11, 2 minutes 10, every single time. Really comfortable, really easy to use, great fueling, the power, even though it's mentally fast, is not intimidating. It's, I hate this word, but it's like a practical sports bike. Suzy was trying to get her knee down last week. Don't know what all the fuss is about. I'll sell them to you, Suzy. Right, so we've got Ian here, one of the BMW S1000RR owners. He's been an absolute legend, and he's offered to let me ride his Taz-built bike. So it's a super stock spec bike. He told me it's got this K-Tech suspension, blueprinted engine, that's about 200 horsepower
About 200,
at
yeah.
the wheel. It's got a BMW race ECU, so the traction control setting's all a bit more high
Forgiving,
spec.
yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm surprised that you trust me with it. I'm quite, you know, I feel...
Listen, there's wisdom in this shoulder. We'll find out if there's going to be an experience of that shoulder at the end of it.
I tell you what, that is unbelievable. The difference between that and a normal S1000RR is insane. Literally, the way this thing holds a line, it feels like a full-out race bike, and that is probably because it just rips past all the other superbikes. It's crazy. For £22,000, you could buy something like this. You know, it's a proper race bike. This has just made my holiday so much better than Suzy's already. So we've got Lee Nichols with us here, PR and marketing manager for BMW UK. Now, what encourages BMW to get involved with events like this?
Well, for us at BMW, it's not just about buying the bike, it's about what we do with the customers after they buy the bike. So for us at BMW, we've created a world of experiences. So we have our rider training centres, we have our off-road skills school up in Wales, we have our BMW tours part of the business, and then we have our track activities with our partners focused events for all our track activity.
So a few months ago, we were out here with Fast Bikes magazine for their Sports Bike of the Year test, and they had some of the coolest bikes you would ever want to ride. And you know what? They didn't let me have a go on one of them. No! So we're finally back here to experience the circuit firsthand with BMW. So we've been here for the last couple of days, and it is also a weekend, so you don't necessarily have to book time off work. You can just come back, tell all your mates what you've been up to. Now there's been loads and loads and loads of riding. There's about 6 or 7 sessions per group each day, and there's only 2 groups and about 10 riders in each. It's been sparse out on circuit. Also, it's a Focus Events chrono day, so what that means is they stick a transponder on the bike for day 1 and 2, and at the end you get a big timesheet with all your lap times. So I've had a look at my times, and I'm now 1 second faster apparently than I was when I got here. I'd like to think that that's down to my skills, but I'll be honest, it's probably Michael Laverty and Neil Mackenzie giving me their tips. But it's great that BMW gets on board with these things. You know, it's a Focus Events track day. It differs slightly from a normal track day, a European track day that is, because it's slightly more expensive, but any sort of fuss is taken straight out of your hands. All you have to do is just drop the bike off at your dealership, and that is it. So you get a really nice hotel, food included, bike transport all included. It's easy as pie to come off on a weekend like this and have fun yourself. As I said before, this is the first time that we've been out on a BMW the whole of this year, so we'd really like to thank them for inviting us out here to enjoy the great circuit, their stonking superbike, let us shred through a couple of sets of tyres, and we'd also like to thank Focus Events for putting on such a great event, which is undoubtedly way better than whatever Suzy's up to. So I've just landed here at Gatwick first before Suzy, and I've had a bit of a recap over the weekend, and there's absolutely no way that Suzy's had a better mini winter bike holiday than I have.
A minute. There is no way that your weekend could have matched my weekend.
Before we start talking about that, how much stuff have you got? You've been away for 2 days.
I know, well, I need a lot of stuff.
I know, was there makeup in there or something?
A lot of makeup, yeah. As you can see, it doesn't really do much. I'm bloody knackered. It's tiring riding for 2 days, but it was awesome.
Tell us about the weekend,
nice
what have you been up to?
2 days of riding the Spanish countryside off-road, some of it with a group of guys, including James Hayden, pretty cool, huh? And some of it just going off with Ed, the red tread instructor, and just doing loads of different terrain. It's been fantastic.
Any tumbles?
Yeah, of course, I bailed quite a few times. How about you?
No.
Hope not.
This is it, you don't fall over on track. unless you're being an idiot. So I am feeling fresh as a daisy.
I bet you didn't get the views that I got.
Probably not, but Portimao is awesome. I don't know if you've ridden there before, but that combined with sunny weather, BMW S1000RR, it was awesome. I mean, I think it's decided that is the best weekend you can have.
Well, I think we're going to have to agree to disagree, Luke.
So there you have
because
it. BMW S1000RR weekend, best thing you can have.
My weekend with Red Tread in the south of Spain, best weekend you can ever have.
You have it. Mine was better.
No, mine's better.
Mine was better.